All of you people got to stop hating on my New York Knicks. I don't get it. It's absolutely ridiculous. All of you are just hopping on the Knicks hating bandwagon, and I'm gonna explain to you why. The reason why you guys constantly make fun of the Knicks no matter what they do is because it's easy. It's easy, and we live in the Twitter era. We live in the era of, hey, let me post any damn thing that'll get a reaction, get thousands and hundreds of likes and retweets and all that crap, just to get some more Twitter followers. That's what this generation is all about, but you don't actually read between the lines and see what happened. So, in this video, I'm going to break down exactly why this NBA season for the Knicks was actually a great success. You can call me delusional, get that out of your system, and then once you're done, I'm going to start the video. So, flashback to January 31st, 2019. Kristaps Porzingis requests a trade from the New York Knicks. Now, that was pretty much under wraps until kind of the day that he was traded. Little do you know, all ye of little faith, that Porzingis walked into Scott Perry's office, walked into James Dolan's office and said, hey, you better trade me this instant or I am going to leave and go to Europe. Let that sink in. This guy walked into the office and said, if you guys don't trade me from this team, I will leave the friggin' country. Now, what do you expect the Knicks to do? Huh? What do you expect them to do? Sure, he was an extremely talented guy. He was a franchise cornerstone. He was and is a transcendent talent if he can stay healthy, and that's a big if. He's been injury prone his entire tenure here in the NBA. But let's say we keep him, and then we lose him to free agency. He's disgruntled. He's not going to play for us, and he leaves their freaking country, and we're still paying for his contract. And then on top of that, we lose out on free agents because they see how we've mishandled the situation. Nah. Or we can do what we did do, is trade him and clear up a ton of cap space. Trade him along with Courtney Lee and Tim Hardaway Jr., two of the worst contracts in the NBA, and put ourselves in that position to win big in free agency. Now, we all know what happened. KD and Kyrie went to the Nets, the little brother, in that ugly, dank-ass, dirty-ass arena. But I digress. We lost out on Kawhi. We lost out on a ton of big free agents, but guess who else lost out? 28 and 27 other teams lost out on big-time free agents. So, we cleared a lot of cap space. It didn't work out, and we signed a bunch of guys to short-term deals with team options. Now, if y'all don't know what a team option is basically in the last year of a player's contract. So let's say Julius Randle, right? He signed for a 3-year deal. Okay? In that third year, the team, meaning the Knicks, can either, one, offer him to finish out his third year with the Knicks, or you don't have to keep him. We can let him be an unrestricted free agent and let him walk away, and then we have a ton of cap space. Want to know who else had a team option? Taj Gibson, Bobby Portis, Wayne Ellington, Reggie Bullock, and we also signed Marcus Morris, who is a very good player, to a 1-year deal. That means, if not next year, then the following year, we are going to have a whole hell of a lot of cap space. And want to know who is available in that offseason? Kawhi Leonard and Paul George and a whole host of other NBA free agents. And let's say Anthony Davis, that little experiment doesn't work out this season with the Lakers, he could very well walk and wander his way to the Mecca of basketball. Now, once again, get it out of your system. You're a delusional Knicks fan. I get it. I get how it sounds. But how many teams can you honestly say will be in that position? Not many teams, right? Not many. I would rather be the New York Knicks than be a team like the Charlotte Hornets, where nobody wants to go play. No free agent wants to go. There is no upside to playing there. There is no young talent there that's worth playing with. I would rather go there to the Mecca than go to Charlotte, then go to Phoenix, then go to, I don't know, what are some other random ass teams? Oklahoma City, yeah, with no Russell Westbrook and nobody there. I would rather go to the New York Knicks At least we have cap space and we're in a big market. Now, I understand that we can't always bank on us being a big market and playing in a mecca. I get it. Because it doesn't matter. In this day and age, a big market doesn't matter and a big name doesn't matter. The Los Angeles Clippers stole Kawhi Leonard away from the Lakers. Hell, Kawhi played the Lakers like a fiddle. He played them big time. Paul George didn't want to go to the Lakers with LeBron. We all know KD and Kyrie shunned the Knicks for the Nets, so we get it. So we have to be in a good enough team. You have to be a good enough team to attract free agents next time. But that's what we did. We signed a group of young guys who, in my opinion, fit well together. Kevin Knox, RJ Barrett, Dennis Smith Jr., Frank Ntilikina, Mitchell Robinson, who's going to be the best defensive player in the NBA at one point and win multiple Defensive Player of the Years if he can stay healthy. We got Julius Randle. We got so many of these. We've got a deep team. We've got shooting. We've got front court depth. Maybe too much front court depth. Maybe not enough shooting from the back court, from the point guards. I mean, we've got Peyton, Ntilikina, and Smith Jr. who aren't great, but I think they're going to improve. At least Dennis Smith will. So we got depth, we got cap space, we got flexibility, we got a big market, we got the mecca of basketball. What more do you want from a team that's trying to recover from decades of bad decisions, from decades of bad perception, from a history that isn't too great, that isn't really a shining history? What more do you want? This is how you build in the NBA. You either get lucky with free agents, or you develop from the ground up, like the Warriors did, like the Miami Heat did, like so many other great teams did. Teams that went on to win championships. We are headed in the right direction. And if you don't see that, I'm sorry, you don't know basketball. We traded away KP because he wanted to leave and we had no choice. We signed these players because we can't just sit around swimming in cap space. No. Newsflash, teams can't do that. Teams can't sit around with $60, $70 million in cap space. No, we got to sign a roster of 14 players, and we got to meet a certain cap requirement. We signed good young players. We're banking on Kevin Knox and RJ Barrett and Mitchell Robinson to be and become all-stars. We got quality veterans in Marcus Morris and Wayne Ellington and Taj Gibson to help these guys find their way. And we got good coaching. David Fizdale is the perfect coach if you want to develop a team, then develop individual players. Now, I don't like how he doesn't give Frank Ntilikina any playing time, but these other guys, he's shown that he's willing to work with them and mold them and be a coach that players want to play for. And that's a huge contrast to guys like Jeff Hornacek. People want to play for David Fizdale. He's a player's coach. We've got good assistant coaches, and we've got good GMs. Scott Perry is one of the best in the game. He's the guy that built that Detroit Pistons championship team. Like it or not, and I know you guys don't like it, and I know your trump card is, nobody's going to want to go to MSG, not just because they suck, but because they got James Dolan, the worst owner in sports. Oh, really? The worst owner in sports. Oh, let's see. Who owns the New York Rangers, one of the most successful teams in the NHL? James Dolan. Where do they play? The Mecca, MSG. James Dolan, yeah, I don't like him personally. I think he's an asshole. But let's face the facts. He is so uninvolved. Get this. He's so uninvolved that he's being sued for it by his own shareholders. Can you imagine that? He is so uninvolved and involved with other projects like touring with his jazz band. He's so uninvolved and hands-off that he was like, that he's getting sued by shareholders. So he is not the problem. The problem is we suck now. Alright, we suck now. Are we going to be any good next season? No, probably not. But we're getting better. And that's what you need to do in the NBA to be a respectable team. So get that through your heads. Stop with all the worthless, meaningless, and lazy jokes. And accept the fact that the New York Knicks, baby, we're headed for a championship. If not next year, if not in 5 years, then hell, baby, in 10 years. It doesn't matter. We're on our way. New York, stand up! By the way, do you see how I'm just dismantling the Chicago Bulls team with the 2019 Knicks? I mean, if that doesn't make my point, I don't know how to make it. Alright, I'm out. Peace.